Belarus has announced it will be holding military exercises near its border with Ukraine, putting Ukrainian authorities on high alert about the possibility of a renewed wave of attacks on the country's northern border. Belarus has not officially joined Russia's so-called special operation against Ukraine, but it has served as a launch pad for Moscow to send thousands of troops across the border back in February. Now, Western intelligence has warned that Russia could be envisaging a renewed push from the north, and the city of Chernihiv, near the border with Belarus, which was besieged by Russian troops at the start of the war, has seen new attacks, artillery attacks in recent days. A volunteer from Belgium that was helping authorities in the region restore water distribution has told Euronews he was asked to leave last week.
I was told that a possible second attack was imminent and that for my security I needed to go back home.
For the 3 weeks he spent in the north of Ukraine, Thibaut Bettini said he helped with technical support and witnessed a region ravaged by war.
I first went to the lab where they analysed the water because they needed people for advice mainly, to tell them what kind of parameters needed to be measured, how to do it, etc. After that, we went to the field to visit the pumping stations that pump groundwater. We saw pumping stations damaged from the bombing. The water reservoirs were damaged, all the pipe networks damaged. The centre of the city was more or less spared. But all the suburbs are...
And what was it like for you to see what you saw in Europe in the 21st century?
The first few days were extremely difficult, especially the very first day I arrived. It's a day I would like to forget, but unfortunately I don't think I ever will. The main road around Kyiv and Chernihiv is no longer operational, so we had to go through small parallel roads, through small villages. And shortly before Chernihiv, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 kilometers before the town, there was a village called Kayanka. It used to be called Kayanka because it no longer exists. There used to be some 300 houses in the village, but it was completely wiped off the map. I was on this small bus with soldiers and they told me maybe don't look through the window. I guess I should have listened to them, because it was something impossible to explain. There were bodies along the road, all the buildings completely destroyed and burned. And then, once we arrived at the city, I had never seen such a thing. A war zone, apart from on TV. Soldiers everywhere, passport controls, all the buildings destroyed, and the people, it was a very heavy atmosphere.
Belarus is in battle. The president, Alexander Lukashenko, has ordered the creation of a military command unit for the south of the country and announced that those drills will take place from June the 22nd. Russia has not informed whether it will take part in the military exercises. Annelise Borges in Paris for Euronews.